If you're building your own home and acting as your own general contractor, one bad contractor can completely destroy your timeline, your budget, and your stress level. And here's the scary part. Most people don't realize they hired the wrong contractor until after the work starts. Today, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to hire contractors for your home build and the biggest red flags to watch out for before signing anything. Because this decision can save you thousands or cost you everything. When we built our own modular home, acting as our own general contractor, one thing became very clear very quickly. You are not just hiring skill. You are hiring communication, reliability, organization, and professionalism. And anybody can say they do construction. That doesn't mean they actually show up, communicate properly, or finish the work on time. And when you're coordinating, excavated and foundation, utility hookups, electrical, plumbing, final grading, one delay affects everything else. So let's start with the first thing you need to evaluate. The first thing is communication. This is probably the biggest one. Pay attention to how quickly they respond, whether they answer questions clearly if they return phone calls, and how organized they seem. Because here's the truth. If they take 5 days to return your call before they get the job, imagine how hard they'll be to reach after they already have your deposit. Communication problems early on usually become bigger problems later. A good contractor should respond within a reasonable time frame, be clear about expectations, and communicate delays honestly. You don't want surprises halfway through the build. Number 2, ask about lead time and scheduling. This is huge, and most people forget to ask. You need to know, how far out are they booked? When can they realistically start? How long will the project take? Because many contractors will say, yes, we can do it. But what they really mean is maybe sometime in the next 3 months. When building a home, especially modular construction, timing matters. For example, your foundation has to be ready for the home when it arrives. If the contractor falls behind, your delivery schedule can become a disaster. Always ask, what does your current workload look like? When can you actually begin? How long do projects like this usually take? And get realistic expectations up front. Number 3, experience matters. Not all contractors are experienced with modular or manufactured homes, and that matters a lot. Some contractors are great at standard remodeling, but have never dealt with modular home sets, marriage walls, crawl space prep, utility coordination, factory built home timelines. Ask them, have you worked on modular homes before? Can I see pictures of previous projects? What challenges came up? Experience reduces mistakes, and mistakes in construction are expensive. Number 4, referrals and reviews. Never hire someone based only on price. Always ask for, references, photos, reviews, past clients you can contact. And when you call references, don't just ask, were they good? Ask, did they stay on budget? Did they communicate well? Did they finish on time? Would you hire them again? That last question tells you everything. And if a contractor refuses to provide references, that's a major red flag. Run. Number 5, license, insurance, and bonding. This is non-negotiable. Always ask for a copy of their license, proof of insurance, proof they are bonded if applicable. And don't just take their word for it. Actually verify it. Because if something goes wrong on your property and they're uninsured, you become liable. That's a risk you never want to take. Insurance protects you, your property, and your project. And if a contractor gets defensive when you ask, move on. Professional contractors expect these questions. All right, number 6, don't automatically choose the cheapest bid. This mistake costs people thousands. The lowest quote is not always the best deal. Sometimes low bids mean corners get cut, materials are downgraded, or the contractor underestimated the job, which usually leads to change orders, delays, or unfinished work. You want value, not just cheap pricing. A fair professional contractor is worth paying for. All right, number 7, watch for red flags. Here are a few warning signs. Poor communication, no written estimate, wants huge upfront payment, no references, no insurance, constant excuses, pressuring you to decide immediately. Trust your instincts. If you feel something is off early on, it usually gets worse later. Acting as your own general contractor can save you a lot of money, but your success depends heavily on the people you hire. The right contractor keeps your project moving. The wrong contractor creates stress, delays, and expensive mistakes. Take your time. Ask questions. Verify everything and don't rush the process. If you want to learn how we manage our modular home build from raw land to move-in, including hiring contractors, timelines, budgeting, and financing, check out my course links below. All right. And then subscribe, because I'm documenting everything I've learned building our own home, acting as our own general contractor.